What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the Shooter Straight Podcast. It's your co-host, Zach.
And I'm Blue.
Welcome back to episode 11. First of all, thank everyone for checking out all the previous clips from episode 10 and episode 10 itself, and appreciate all the support we've been getting on social media and everything. Like always, we'll keep growing by every single video, and we appreciate all the support.
Facts. Definitely appreciate all the support. Appreciate you guys checking out the reels. Keep commenting, and we appreciate the discussion.
Obviously, addressing the elephant in the room, we got G, a returning guest, back on the pod for episode 11.
What's up, boys?
What's up? We got a special episode in store.
It's going to be fun.
Without further ado, I think we just go straight into it.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Let's just get straight into it with the NBA, like always. And we got a good one. We got Los Angeles Lakers.
Of course.
The Los Angeles Lakers are going to be running it back with the big three of LeBron, AD, and Russell Westbrook. What are your initial thoughts about this news?
I wouldn't even call it big three, so I wouldn't even refer. I call it little three. But, yeah, it looks like they're going to have to run it back as much as they're saying they got on a call and are like, oh, we'll run it back. LeBron does not want to run it back with Russell Westbrook.
No, he doesn't.
And he's almost getting to the fact where he's getting close to where he doesn't even want to run it back with AD.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if they're going to run it back the exact same way as they did last season, I don't get how we would expect anything different from that team. So I think they'd be like a play-in contention, a play-in contention team for maybe LeBron James to be a play-in, But I doubt they'd be anything else other than that, though.
I feel like they needed to execute the Kyrie trade any way possible.
They have nothing to trade for.
They had to find a way. They just needed to find a way.
And they got to get rid of Westbrook because he's just there.
He's just taking up space.
Exactly.
Wasting money.
He's untradeable. You cannot trade a bag of peanuts for Russell Westbrook realistically, because dude,
who's taking him?
Dude, if I were a team and you're trying to trade me Russell Westbrook, bro, literally you would have to pay me money. You'd have to buy my mom a fucking house. You have to buy my kids houses and shit, because I'm not taking fucking Russell Westbrook.
They probably want him off the bench.
No,
maybe
but
not
Russ wouldn't want that.
Before this price, definitely
Russ would take that for the money. He might take it. He might let go of his pride and just take it for the money.
Russell Westbrook letting go of his pride, bro. I might die before I see that, bro.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
He won't ever do that. He won't ever do it. But
I don't see any team in the NBA paying somebody $40 million to come off the bench. It's just not happening.
No. Hell no.
It's just not happening, and that's why it's not gonna happen with Russell Westbrook. If I'm the Lakers, you have to find a way to get him off the roster, though.
Because
if Russell Westbrook is on your roster next year, you are not winning anything. It's
facts. That's what I'm trying to say.
It's just the facts.
Because
you have to understand that.
If he was maybe $30 million, they might have fucking just cut him.
Yeah.
They might have just cut him.
Yeah.
Completely, but 47, it's okay.
That's pretty much a max contract. It's getting paid more than LeBron. It's basically cutting LeBron's salary. Come on.
And I did you see when James Harden opted out and they re-signed in?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't Westbrook do that?
Yeah.
That.
If that was an option.
If that was an option, because obviously I think he's looking at this season as his final hoorah of money, because after this,
for sure,
is going to offer Russell Westbrook anything above a veteran's minimum?
I think he'd be lucky to get that. He should be getting a G League salary.
Send him back to the summer league, bro. Maybe he might win a ring in the summer league, maybe. That's pushing it.
We need to get him and Dame on the summer league Blazers.
Well, dude, shit.
Two guys who can't win a ring.
No, but Dame still got it though.
No, Dame got it, but he'll never win a ring.
Dame ain't winning no ring, bro.
But the summer league boys, the
Trailblazers, they got more rings than Dame.
They got more rings than Dame.
But that's I thought that was crazy, bro. James Harden's willing to sacrifice and be okay.
And we talked about it on this podcast, and I said that I had a lot of respect for James Harden for doing that, because that just shows how much he wants a championship.
Yeah.
And I think at times throughout his career, I think sometimes we questioned that. How much did he want to win a championship? Was he just playing for the stats?
Mm-hmm.
I think by doing this, it proves he sees this as his opportunity to win a championship. Him and Embiid, this is their last chance.
This is the last chance, yeah.
They have to do it. And I have a lot of respect for him for taking the pay cut that he did and allowing them to build a good roster around them.
Yeah, because anything around Russell Westbrook, it doesn't seem like he's a winning player. Because even when, I don't know if you heard LeBron's, when he went, what's that barbershop podcast he does? It's Undisturbed or something?
Yeah.
He went, I don't know if it was exactly Undisturbed, but he went on to say that uninterrupted, that there's a lot of players that don't want to win. They don't put in the work to win, and it bothers him.
Yeah.
And some people were seeing that as a shot of maybe AD or Westbrook.
Yeah.
Just because they're not putting in. They're not doing everything they can to help.
You got to give AD his injuries.
Yeah,
even
when he's healthy.
That's one point that I wanted to go to because I think Russell Westbrook, we know what we're getting. I don't think it's a question whether or not what the Lakers should do with him or how they should do it. I think they just got to get rid of him. I think we can all agree on that.
Yeah.
They have to find any way possible. But the real question mark of the Lakers, we know Russell Westbrook is going to be bad. I think the real question mark is Anthony Davis and how he is going to perform. Because let's just not forget, not too long ago, we were talking about him and LeBron as the best two players in the league.
There was a conversation of Giannis or AD. Now that's just blasphemy.
It was a real conversation.
That's actual,
and people were picking AD.
Some people pick AD.
Just and at the time, I might have been one of those people. Because Giannis didn't have a championship and AD had just kind of proved it. Mm-hmm. Hitting that big buzzer beater shot. That's one of the clutchest shots, of recent memory. The buzzer beater shot in the bubble.
In the bubble?
In the bubble against Denver.
Okay.
One of the most legitimate championships of all time.
Oh, my fucking God. The fucking bubble. Dude, there's a reason Disney has not played well since then.
Because I'm telling you, because he's been injured.
Oh, sure.
But if he can find that old previous form back, it's going to be over.
That's 2 years ago. I mean, you're talking about, that's like talking about Westbrook's still an MVP or some shit. Like, that's ancient history now.
So, but do you think the old AD can come back?
It's possible, but you got to put in the work.
I don't know.
You know me, man. I'm that type of guy, bro. You just got to put in the work.
Didn't we just see that he was out at 4:30 in the morning training? Come on, bro. We talked about it. He was training at 4:30, 5:30 in the morning.
Did he start doing that after the fact that he went on that one show and said, "Oh, I haven't shot a basketball since April."
And then he was talking about he was shooting at 5:30 in the morning.
The question is, can he compete? Can he compete with Giannis?
He's too fragile. He's too low motor.
When they're going up when they're going up against the Bucks, is he competing with Giannis?
He can compete. He just needs to wear some freaking high top shoes. That's what he needs to do.
Dude, you keep on saying this high top. That's not gonna change nothing about the fucking nothing, bro.
It's gonna change, bro. Why does he wear Kobe's, bro? His ankles.
Kobe's fucking ankles. No, but AD only seems to really get up for games against other really good bigs like AD or Embiid. But when he plays freaking Sabonis or something, bro, he drops a 10-5-5 game.
Yeah, but that 2020 season, you were not seeing AD drop 10-5-5 at all against anybody, the good or bad. He wasn't that was the different AD. So, and I think.
But that was AD before a championship.
He's a shell of himself now, but I still think he can refine it. And I think LeBron wouldn't believe in him if there wasn't a reason to believe in him.
Well, LeBron only has 1 year left on this deal. I mean, this is make it or break it. If AD's still shit, he's just going to be fucking, get me out of here.
Yeah.
I want to leave.
And then LeBron is ultimately going to leave as well.
Yeah.
Maybe, obviously, not going to be going to the Drew League, but I just want to say that Drew League performance was very impressive. I think
we'll be getting into that.
Yeah.
Dude, freaking the Drew League. Dude, I think I saw my grandpa playing the fucking Drew League, bro. You comparing this guy playing against right now, bro.
The Drew, look, say what you want. Say what you want about the Drew League, but it was just it was impressive for LeBron to just go out there and do it in that moment in front of those people,
especially for the kids.
For the kids,
bro. For the kids, bro.
And it was just a dominant performance. If you watch the highlights,
against who, bro?
But he was showing some new moves that he might be bringing out this year.
When you're a kid, bro, and you're looking at LeBron going crazy on the court, bro, versus some decent athletes.
But in the G League,
you're thinking, hey, I could be in LeBron's position one day.
That's what I'm saying. And the Drew League is compiled a lot of European guys and G League players and some, obviously DeMar DeRozan was there playing with LeBron, so it's not like it's bad competition. It's high level basketball. It's not NBA.
It's decent.
It's not NBA basketball.
It's decent competition,
but it's good competition.
Well, I don't.
They're not just gonna go grab some random person
I don't see LeBron
League.
dropping 45 in the Drew League. I'm like, damn, this guy's fucking transformed or some shit.
Well, because LeBron can drop 45 in the NBA too. So it's not.
Not really. No.
Eh?
He can, but
does it contribute to winning?
You're acting like he didn't drop his most points.
He dropped 45 in the Drew League and only won by 2 points, bro. It doesn't contribute. Don't translate.
But it's the Drew League. It wasn't trying on defense.
No, then what the hell?
He was only trying on offense.
How are you gonna say, oh yeah, the Drew League? You'll then say, oh well, it's the Drew League though. What the fuck?
But on offense, it's the Drew League. But on defense,
my god, for the fucking defense. Yeah, but he's 50 years old. I don't think LeBron's gonna ever play defense ever again. He can't play defense.
He can play defense.
He can play defense.
That's what I'm saying. LeBron can play defense.
LeBron's not playing fucking no defense, bro.
LeBron's playing.
It's not only the physicality, but it's the mental aspect about it, about where you got to be on the court and shit like that.
Exactly.
He
has it.
And LeBron has the mental aspect, and that's why he said on the Uninterrupted podcast that he does not give a fuck about taking the last shot. How do you feel about that?
I think it's kind of like the cookie cutter answer you're supposed to say. Yeah. Is like, I don't think LeBron would just say, yeah, it really bothers me. I don't know if I could take last shot.
Especially he's gotten scrutiny for that in the past.
Yeah, but I mean, it's what he should say. It's what if I'm a LeBron fan, I'd say, oh fuck, I hope you don't care because shit. I mean, it's either like he doesn't care, so he kind of maybe he just avoids the shot completely.
He doesn't avoid the shot. Obviously, we've seen him make a lot of big shots.
I've seen him avoid many shots. So.
What do you think about these comments from LeBron?
I'm just not sure, bro.
What do you mean?
It's just kind of like
he just doesn't want to take the final shot, or
no? I mean. It just depends. Like, I've seen LeBron pass up so many final shots, but
I've also seen him take a lot of final shots too.
Yeah, but I think that the answer that he gave was just something he had. It's like the cookie cutter. You have to say it. Because like, what else is he gonna say? That it bothers me. He has to say. I think
he'll pull off some clutch moments when he has to.
Of course he does. It's LeBron.
I guess.
I can picture that playoff moment against the Raptors.
But I don't think you should not not totally care about taking the last shot in the game. Like it's kind of
like I'm saying, like I just don't think he cares about the pressure behind it.
I think that's what he meant when he more said it, because that it confused a couple of people. It's like, is he saying he doesn't care for he doesn't want to take him, or does he? He doesn't care about the pressure. He cares about just like what people think, that that he'll take it, he'll miss it, and he's saying he won't care what people say.
Exactly.
Which is what I mean. Any top player, if you're a top player and you still care about that, then it's like, bro, that's just gonna fuck you up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't think Jimmy Butler's thinking about it?
Fuck
no. I don't think Jimmy Butler was thinking when he missed that shot against
when he missed the shot, he doesn't give a shit.
He was just thinking, I got to go hit the shot.
He doesn't give a shit. No.
And he's just ripping it.
Top players don't.
Yeah, in the moment, but after.
After he definitely thought, like, oh, maybe I should have driven in.
That's what I'm saying. After, maybe not in the moment, but after.
I don't think he cares anyway.
But like after the fact, you're always gonna reflect, because if you made it, you're gonna be happy. But
Same with LeBron. If you
miss, you're gonna regret it. That's just the case.
It's always that.
It's really a make or miss league.
Because like when you called me right after he missed, he's like, I don't like that shot.
Well, I called G right after that happened.
I don't like that shot. But if it would have went in, everybody would have been like, oh, what a fucking clutch shot! It's a fucking genius idea. So it's like
it would have been a game winner.
It would have been a game winner.
They only needed a 2, and he would have gone for the 3 for the win.
Which fucking you live and die by.
You live and die by the 3. That's how it is.
I'm not gonna be like, oh fucking Jimmy, what are you doing? Like obviously in the moment you're like, Jimmy, what the fuck? But it's
personally, I would took the safe bet. Went to overtime.
That's what you. I think that's what I would have done. But it's always easy to say that in hindsight.
Of course. You guys ready to talk about Jerry West?
Yeah.
His comments on JJ Redick.
Let's get into that.
Yeah.
So Jerry West called out JJ Redick over his comments about Bob Cousy. He was apparently like one of the best assists
back in the day. Like
back in the day.
People to get an assist.
And JJ Redick,
he had like 20 per game or something like that. Something crazy.
And JJ Redick was basically saying that Bob Cousy and the guys in that era were plumbers and firemen on the side.
So Bob Cousy was only able to get those amount of assists because he was playing bums.
But like, is he completely wrong though?
I think he's wrong. I think he's off base.
Is he completely because
I think he's off base.
He's saying it in a very harsh way, but there's a reality to the fact to where if you compare it to JJ Redick's era, that there's just way more athletes than there was back then.
For sure. If you compare generations, there is no doubt. However, it's all relative, and I don't think you can compare greatness. It's hard to compare greatness across generations due to the fact that humans just generally evolve over time, and the athletes of today are 10 times better than the athletes of Wilt Chamberlain's era and Jerry West. Like, there's obviously freaks of nature that stand out. Shaq, Wilt Chamberlain, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. There's always going to be freaks of nature. But ultimately, it's like the average guy. That's the plumber and fireman that he's talking about.
Yeah.
But like that, there's still average players in today's NBA that aren't. So it's all relative. I feel like if you're dominating the average person in your era, then you're a great player.
Yeah, because back in the basically talking about Jerry West and stuff. Like Jerry West would work in any era because that's how good he was. But the thing back then, the great players, there was a big gap between the really good players and then the normal.
Yeah, there was.
They're just few and far between.
But would you say that there's a very big gap between LeBron and then a sixth man now?
I mean,
I would say that there's a big gap.
Obviously comparing one of the top players.
Compare LeBron to Tyler Hero.
Well, yeah.
Tyler Hero was the sixth man of the year.
But I don't think it'd be like there's like a gap maybe yay big, and then you're comparing Jerry West to fucking some dude at the deli, and it's like right here.
He's right.
The dude at the deli.
Bro, LeBron and Tyler Hero are like they're not close.
No, but
yeah,
we're talking about Jerry West and some guy
Jerry
that
West
at a
and
deli.
Honestly, I feel like it would be much easier for a guy in the 60s to catch up to Jerry West than it would be for Tyler Hero to catch up to LeBron James' skill level.
Nah.
It would be way easier. Way easier.
Nah, bro, because that's just a random guy.
Bro,
Tyler Hero's Tyler Hero.
But like, Tyler Hero was just a random guy before he became Tyler Hero.
They're more athletes.
Nah, but
he did, like, obviously he evolved athletically, but Tyler Hero doesn't look too dissimilar to the stance and stature of Jerry West at that time.
Well,
obviously he might be more athletic and better shooter.
I'm more comparing basically like a role player from today versus a role player in the 80s or the 90s.
But I'm saying compare the great players. They're basically the great players. They pick on those role players. That's just what it is. The better players pick on the players that aren't as good. LeBron James is always going to dominate. Jerry West in his era was always going to dominate. So if you dominate in your era, then you're a great player. Obviously, if you want to compare generations, I'm not going to say like LeBron and Jerry West is no competition. Like, and even to me, like I think even LeBron and Jordan's era, I think there's a difference.
But it's just like, would he be able to got those passes off in this day and age?
I think so.
I think it maybe would have been. I think.
Would it be as high? Probably not. But he'd still be a good.
Yeah.
In that statistical category.
I think Jerry West would still be a good player because he kind of still fits.
We're talking about Bob Cousy.
But Jerry West in particular, he would fit the modern NBA. West, I think Jerry West could still play in the modern NBA because he was a shooter. He was a shooter for his time. Yeah. And he could run the offense and he could do everything. Bob Cousy. He's not. I don't know if he's going to be the same guy that he was in that time. If he was, now, like obviously not. But in his era, he was great.
Yeah.
So I just don't think it's fair to compare eras like that.
Yeah, he said it very harshly. Like there's better ways to say it, but
I just think it's all relative. I just think it's all relative. But obviously, LeBron and a guy from the '60s, it's no debate. Like Giannis and all that. Like there's no debate athletically. Yeah. So that's just how it is.
Yeah.
All right, so now let's get into our MVP picks.
Our way too early MVP picks.
Yeah, our way too early 2022 season MVP picks. So, who wants to go first?
What are you thinking, Blue?
Will you go first?
What you thinking? Who's taking it?
Who's taking the MVP next year?
I got LeBron or KD.
No Luka?
If they could build a squad around him.
Well, Luka's got a little squad around him, but it doesn't even matter about a squad. But okay, so LeBron or Kevin Durant, gun to your head, who?
And they picked like a year or two ago, they picked Jokic, right? And he didn't really.
He did not. They didn't go far in the playoffs.
Jokic has been the back-to-back MVP right now.
And they didn't go far in the playoffs.
Fuck no. So Luka could win it. If he has good numbers, he could win it.
Statistically speaking, he could win.
Yeah.
If he puts up the best numbers.
So I mean.
Yeah, for sure. Then.
No, so you taking Luka, right?
Yeah, I'm taking Luka
next season. I think he's the betting favorite right now.
He might be because he was the betting favorite last year, and then the betting favorite the year before.
So and I think eventually it's gonna pay off.
Eventually he has to win one. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking Finals MVP, LeBron or KD for sure.
Okay, no, that's not happening.
Well, I don't think the Lakers might.
I don't think the Lakers are making.
Unless they get rid of Westbrook.
Even if they get
there's no chance they get Kyrie anymore.
Like it said,
right?
It's just not.
They could get it in the middle of the season, but I think
it's still a possibility.
I don't know.
I think it's still a possibility.
Hey, if they got Kyrie, man,
if they get Kyrie,
there's a possibility.
Yeah,
maybe.
And if KD goes to the Warriors,
bro, not this shit again, bro.
It's over.
Please, God, I don't want Kevin Durant back on the Warriors, bro.
It's over.
I do think that. Well, it was like that rumor was heating up for a little bit.
It was getting,
but then died down.
Yeah.
But the whole KD rumors in general have all died down.
Yeah,
there's been no news.
Well, because they're asking for a little bit too much, but that's already getting a little bit off topic. But what do you think? Who do you got?
It's a boring one, but I have to go back and I have to take Giannis winning the MVP next year. I think
it's a safe pick, but it's like, dude, like Giannis could have won it last year. Like Giannis has just been the most consistent player in basketball for like the past 5 years.
That's what I'm saying. If you look at Giannis's last 4 years statistically, he's averaging 28, 6, and 12, 29, 6, and 14, 28, 6, and 11, and then last year his best ever season, averaging 36 and 12. So statistically, he had his best ever season last year, and he didn't win the MVP. However, in 2019 and 2020. He won back-to-back MVPs. Ultimately, the committee, they got bored of giving him the MVP.
Yeah, there's the voting fatigue.
After a certain point, it gets boring. So Jokic has won it the last 2 seasons, putting up 26, 8, and 11, and 27, 8, and 14. Jokic, unless he statistically improves way much, those voters are not giving him a third in a row. So it's going to be a new guy, and I like the Bucks this year. And statistically speaking, Giannis is still getting better. So who's to say Giannis couldn't maybe even bump up to 32 points a game and maybe add another couple rebounds?
Maybe.
And if he gets up, maybe if he gets a couple assists, maybe he's averaging like 38 and 13 or 14 rebounds. That's unheard of numbers. That'd be unheard of.
Yeah.
So if the Bucks perform well and Giannis puts up similar numbers to last year, I think he's going to be in the conversation unless the voters are still fatigued of voting for him. But it's been 2 years, so I think if he's the best guy in the league, that he'll get it.
I got a little outside one there. I got a little on there. The guy that I would pick right now would be John Morant.
John Morant.
I pick John Morant
to win MVP next year.
Yeah, I like his moxie. I like how he's going, and I feel like especially going into next season, he's having something that he wants to prove. Because especially with the chirp with the Golden State, I think it's going to be interesting in the West. It's going to be fun. Those are going to be definitely nice matchups.
I think that the West is crazy competitive.
It's very competitive, but I mean, Ja last season averaged almost like 24 points per game.
Yeah.
And I mean, the only reason he didn't get more buzz for MVP because he missed a number of games. And that's always going to be the thing with Ja. Can Ja stay healthy? Because if he can stay healthy, then yeah, he's going to be.
The problem is with his play style. I don't know if he's.
I think
he has that Derrick Rose-esque play style, and I just don't know how long that's going to be all right for him.
Yeah, he's going to have to change his game a little bit.
You watched him in the playoffs against Golden State, and he was just literally trying to be a freight train like LeBron, driving in.
Driving.
It's great, and it's fun to watch, but like over time, like that ain't going to slide.
Yeah.
And eventually, you have to have another bag.
Versatility to your game.
That's what I'm saying. He has to be able to.
But he's still very young. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
He can develop.
He got time.
But this season could be that season where he takes a jump.
Yeah,
you know,
that's what I'm thinking.
And obviously, you're thinking that's what he's gonna do. So, and if that's the case, it's not too out there.
Or it could be a season where he takes an L because people have figured out his play style.
Could I mean
maybe the Grizzlies get figured out. They haven't really necessarily improved.
They're still a very very young team. I wouldn't even say that this Grizzlies team needs a much improvement. It's just like okay, maybe get more reps because they're all very young. Like Jared Jackson Jr. Bane
has a lot of talent.
Yeah, like they got a very young team, and I mean, like Bane, realistically, he should have won Most Improved Player over fucking Ja, but Ja ended up giving it to him. But he's still getting better.
Yeah,
and I got Ja, I got the Grizz.
I don't think that's not too out there.
Yeah, I'll take that.
But I definitely like Giannis now.
Yeah, that's so good. Giannis is a good little safer pick. That's a nice one.
So, you want to rotate onto our all-time starting five?
I think that's one I've been wanting to talk for a little while now. Yeah, all-time starting fives.
All right, well, then without further ado, let's go ahead and hear your all-time starting five.
Like, this would be the five for like they got the death ray on
the death
Earth.
Being pointed at.
They got Space Jam 3 in production and be like, we need a 5 to beat the fucking Monstars. I need 5 players to save my life. At point guard, I'm going Magic Johnson, Irving Magic Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
And then shooting guard, obviously choosing the GOAT, Michael Jordan. At small forward, give me Kevin Durant. Then power forward, Tim Duncan. And then center, give me Shaquille O'Neal. Give me Shaq.
This is blasphemy. This is
Shaq.
That
team's not missing.
That list is completely another blasphemy.
That team's not missing, bro.
The problem is you don't have the greatest player of all time in your list.
I have Michael Jordan in it already. He's in it. Realistically, I could have Michael Jordan and a bunch of role players. I still win because I have Michael Jordan. But, I just want to make his life a little easier, so I'm going to have all those guys on.
You want to go second?
No. I'm trying to hear yours.
Bet. So then I got Curry, Jordan, LeBron, KD, and Shaq.
Well, that's a pretty.
So you like Curry over Magic all time?
Yeah, I like Curry over Magic for sure, all time.
Hell no. That's hell nah. But okay, that's fine. That means your team. You're gonna kill us all. That's fine. I'm okay with dying.
I think that the death beam.
The death beam has just murders us with that team.
I guess the death beam is coming for the first, for the number one 3-point shooter of all time in history. I guess the death beam is coming.
I would take the best point guard of all time over fucking.
Are you gonna have LeBron facilitating your offense? Because Curry ain't running the offense.
Yeah, it's LeBron.
Is that the worst thing? No.
It's either gonna be LeBron or Jordan.
Okay.
Controlling the offense.
No.
Jordan's not gonna shoot.
Jordan's just gonna take the ball and he's gonna score. Jordan's gonna win you the game. You might just win off just Jordan.
So it's gonna be LeBron, man.
No. See?
No, it's gonna be off Jordan.
At least he's got the greatest player of all time in his list. It's honestly a more valid list than yours.
No, it's not.
Your list, I don't even.
Absolutely.
Jordan, LeBron, Curry, KD, and Shaq. That sounds stacked.
Your list is a disgrace to basketball.
Absolutely not.
Your list is a disgrace to basketball fans
Why would I
everywhere.
need LeBron James for what? What is he gonna do on my team?
Because he's the greatest player of all time, the most versatile, literally the most well-rounded. He's literally like a perfect circle. There's nothing I
literally have someone who facilitates way better than I have a way better clutch. Well, Magic Johnson can facilitate way better than fucking LeBron James.
Okay, but can Magic Johnson do what LeBron is doing and facilitate?
I don't care about any other than that.
LeBron is giving you 3-point shooting, elevated
three-point shooting.
Elevated 3-point shooting.
3-point shooting what? Dude, he's like a fucking 30. He's career 36.
He's giving you the freight train. He's giving you everything that you need.
The freight train. They might be running a train on him. That's the only freight train that's going to be going down. The fucking monster is running it on him, bro.
It's just complete and utter blasphemy.
So we had pretty much the same picks except LeBron and Curry. And who'd you pick instead?
I had Tim Duncan in mind just because, Tim Duncan's the perfect fit in any team.
Tim Duncan?
Mr. Fundamental.
Okay, bro. I know you're not going to make that face over Tim Duncan.
Over LeBron?
No. Well, Tim Duncan's not my power forward. Basically, your power forward is Kevin Durant. I have Kevin Durant in my team right. I just have him at the small forward. So it's like... I'm thinking about my team more how it would actually play in real life, and it would play well.
It wouldn't. It would be dog.
Fuck no. Because I literally have the only two selfish players on this team are Michael Jordan and Shaq. That's all. It's all that matters. You got freaking guys that need the ball. Like you got LeBrick. Yeah, LeBrick. I don't even know. Wait, what's your team again?
My all-time starting five. I got Magic Johnson at point guard.
Oh my god, you copied
Michael Jordan at shooting guard. LeBron James at small forward. Power forward. I got Tim Duncan. Center, I got Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Kareem. Yeah, that's a good one. But why have Magic or why have LeBron when you have Magic? Magic's literally...
LeBron is the most dominant basketball player of all time. There is no reason to, like...
I don't need
there's
LeBron
not a reason to not have LeBron in the team because he can do it all. He can do everything on the court.
I don't need bad shots taken, bro. I don't need LeBricks all over my shit, bro. I don't need... Space Jam 3 does not need that shit, bro. Bring me back to the OG Space Jam 1. Just give me MJ. That's fine.
No.
I'll take Bugs Bunny over fucking LeBron.
No. I just can't believe you. I just can't believe.
Bro, my team's completely fine without having LeBron James in it. It's way better without LeBron James.
It's just not better. Your team cannot be better without LeBron.
I have Kevin Durant. I have Tim Duncan. I have Shaq.
Do you think LeBron should be in this team?
It's not enough.
That's what I'm saying.
That's more than enough.
It's not enough.
If my team plays your team, bro.
Dude, you can't have Tim Duncan in there. That's what I'm saying. Like,
why not?
Well, you can have Tim Duncan.
What's wrong with Tim Duncan?
It's Mr.
Why you
Fundamental.
ain't Tim Duncan, bro? What you know about Tim Duncan?
Bro, you know Tim Duncan.
I do know Tim Duncan,
bro,
but you got greats. And you got him at center, right?
No, I got him at power forward. Power forward. He's the greatest power forward
because you got Shaq at center.
Yeah. Like, you're talking... Well, dude, no one likes to talk about it. When Tim Duncan literally could have won 6 for 6 in the NBA championships if it wasn't for Ray Allen, you know?
Yeah, if it wasn't
for Ray Allen.
And that 2014 Spurs team, a lot of people sleep on it, but that was one of the most dominant teams.
That was
one of the greatest teams. Like, that team was stacked.
For an old Tim Duncan right there, I mean, shit, you still
Young
playing
Kawhi.
Good. Yeah, but like Tim Duncan will play good with anybody because he doesn't demand the ball.
He's Mr. Fundamental.
He can give you like the most quiet 30-point game ever, and you'd be like, what the fuck?
He'll give you 30
a bunch of layups.
He'll give you 30 and 10, and you wouldn't even know.
You wouldn't know. So, I wouldn't say that's a problem with the team. I think this team has no problem.
I think the problem is that you don't have LeBron James on your team.
I don't need LeBron James. I don't need that.
I don't think I got Phil Jackson coaching my team. Not even Phil Jackson.
Phil Jackson does not want to coach LeBum James, bro.
He does.
No, he does not. Yeah. He'd take him out the squad, bro. I think he would bench LeBron.
No, he wouldn't.
I got Steve Kerr, bro, coaching my team.
Oh, you think Steve Kerr is better than Phil Jackson?
Steve Kerr.
I'd have Pat Riley.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a good one.
Give me Pat, bro. Give him my team straight, bro.
Nah, but
I got Steve Kerr on my team just because the relationship he has with the players.
Like Curry and KD and
Jordan.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's gonna punch him in the face again, bro.
Yeah.
He's gonna fucking deck his ass, bro.
Yeah.
No, but I think with all your teams we die, and then my team we good. We making it tomorrow, boys. We making it out.
Unfortunately, this might be the last podcast episode because the death beam is coming for us.
The death beam is
coming for us if we have to use G's team. That's
my team's fucking my team's dope. My team's dope, bro.
You guys ready to switch it to football?
I am ready.
Let's go.
Ready for football.
I'm good. Yeah.
Top 5 QBs, the most under pressure this season, or under pressure the most this season.
So this is the most scrutinized position in football.
I'm curious to hear this.
And I think that there's a lot of quarterbacks under pressure that can't even make this list.
Yeah.
But at number 5 for me, I got Lamar Jackson. I think Lamar is under a lot of pressure this season. He doesn't have that big money contract.
Not yet.
We just saw Kyler Murray get paid. We just saw Desean Watson get paid, one of the biggest, most ridiculous contracts in NFL history. If Lamar doesn't perform this year without his contract, I don't know what's going to happen. What's going to happen with his contract future? Where is he going? If he's going to stay in Baltimore, is he going to leave? I don't know. So I think he's under a lot of pressure to perform and show he is the franchise quarterback of the Ravens. Not under too much pressure. That's why he's under number 5, but he is under a lot of pressure. Number 4, I got Matt Ryan, Indianapolis Colts. I think coming off of the season they had with Carson Wentz, Jim Irsay, the owner, literally said it was one of the biggest mistakes in team history to trade for Carson Wentz. And now you replaced him with Matt Ryan, a seasoned veteran, almost Super Bowl winner.
Almost.
Should have been a Super Bowl winner.
Absolutely not.
I think he's under pressure because he has to perform and he has to take this Indianapolis Colts team to the playoffs. I think that they have they have a good roster, and I think Carson Wentz ultimately hold them back. That was what the owner said, at least. So Matt Ryan is under pressure because the owner is putting him under pressure to succeed this year.
Put him on the hot seat.
Number 3, I got Jalen Hurts at the Philadelphia Eagles. I think there's no question marks about his running ability. However, the biggest question mark is proving himself as a passer. The passing yards weren't there compared to other quarterbacks, and although a lot of people blame the Eagles' wide receiving core being bad, ultimately they have Devonta Smith and they got him last season, and although he did play well, his Jalen Hurts only had 2,100 passing yards last year, which isn't a lot. He had Devonta Smith. That's the Heisman Trophy winner. I think Jalen Hurts is under a lot of pressure to prove he's the guy in Philadelphia because they have some raw talent there, A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith. Now, if he doesn't prove it this year, it's not looking good. Number 2, Baker Mayfield. Talked about him a lot on this podcast. He has to prove that the Browns wrong, and I think he needs to prove that he can beat out Sam Darnold, at least for the starting job, that it wasn't just a wasted trade. I think, obviously, we know Baker Mayfield under pressure. Nothing more needed to be said. Number 1, obviously, Tua Tagovailoa, the number 1 quarterback under the most pressure this year. Miami Dolphins have spent the most money out of anybody in free agency. They brought in Tyreek Hill. They brought in a good offensive line. Tua has to perform, and he has to perform very well and take this team to the playoffs. That's my list.
Okay. Well, run it through fast real quick. So
Lamar, Matt Ryan, Jalen Hurts, Baker Mayfield, and then Tua at number 1.
Okay. It's funny because almost our list is very different. It's not like that. But who you got?
I was gonna say you go real quick.
Okay, fine. I got them. So at my number 5, I got Kyler Murray because I feel like he's mostly under pressure just for signing the big money.
Yeah.
So it's kind of you pay anybody that type of money, you expect to win something. But I still don't think Arizona will get anywhere. I don't think they're gonna go to the Super Bowl. No. So that's why he's a little low on my list. Number 4 is for me is really dependent on how things go. It's Desean Watson.
Yeah.
Because everybody knows when Deshaun was playing, he was a top 5 talent, top 5, top 4. But we haven't seen him 2 years, and I mean, Brown's got a good team.
Yeah.
I mean, if Deshaun could be back maybe, what they say he might miss 6 to 8 weeks with suspension. That's what's being rumored around. Exactly. If he can get back and be firing at full cylinders, I mean, the Browns be nasty. Browns are disgusting. Yeah. So I think he's got a little pressure. Number 3, I had Lamar Jackson there at number 3, just because, especially with who was the veteran that he got into a Twitter beef with?
Bernard
Pollard. I think just more that he's inviting more pressure to himself to be because he's really betting on himself because he's calling people I am big money, I deserve big money, And especially coming off the horrible season they had, mostly riddled with injury.
Exactly.
He has a lot of pressure to be like, okay, now bring back MVP Lamar. We want to see that Lamar back again. Mm-hmm. And so it's going to be a lot of pressure coming back to that.
Yeah, I agree.
And number 2, I'm surprised you didn't have this, Dak Prescott.
Well, he's always under pressure.
He's always under pressure. Being on the Cowboys, you're always going to have under pressure, but especially like being basically running it back, because I mean, last year people had a lot of hopes. They lost Amari Cooper. Yeah. They don't have no more Amari Cooper. They have a CeeDee Lamb going to be the number 1, but their receiving core, it's tough because if CD gets hurt, then it's kind of like, dude, you have to like switch the fucking chain. Yeah. And CD's like the clear number 1.
Yeah, I think they're going to live to regret that Amari Cooper
It's gonna be tough because
for a 5th-round pick, it was a horrible.
Yeah, they basically gave him away. They gave him away for free because they didn't want him. They overpaid. And they just said, fuck it, they're running it back. But, yeah, Dak Prescott would be under pressure. Mm-hmm. My number 2. But number 1, I had Patrick Mahomes.
Wow.
Just because I think Patrick Mahomes, especially after the gag fest that he did, he stunk it up last year against the Bengals. Mm-hmm. That especially when his team coming out after they won that first Super Bowl, basically, we're going to be a dynasty. Mm-hmm. Bringing that pressure on that he was already they're already calling themselves a dynasty before they really even did anything.
Yeah,
like that's a lot of pressure in itself. And like next year, everybody expects Patrick Mahomes to be Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, and
it's like he has to live up to those standards that he sets because that's what Patrick Mahomes is starting to find himself in that slump. To where he's trying to outdo himself every single play, to where he's trying to do some crazy throw, crazy no look, and it started to catch up with him last season. Yeah, that his interceptions were getting higher than what Patrick Mahomes is used to, and then
teams started to catch on to it.
Starting to catch on to him, and then he's trying to outdo himself, be more like box office, and it's starting to eat him up.
I think that Patrick Mahomes is definitely under a lot of pressure. Ultimately, it's going to be interesting. It's almost similar to that Brady-Belichick dynamic. See who's right. I want to see who's going to be right between Tyreek Hill and Patrick Mahomes because I know both of them are trying to prove that they didn't need one another.
They didn't, because that's always the relationship. It's like when you're dating like a girl for a really long time, when you especially split up, you're like, damn, I didn't need
who's
her.
Better?
Like, who's better off without the other? It's always going to be like that. Even if you leave on good terms. I'm not saying like Tyreek doesn't like Patrick Mahomes, but it's like.
But when he's already been making comments on his brand new podcast talking about that Tua is better and stuff like that, and obviously what is he supposed to say? Like that's
he could
but
say.
Like at the same time, you're inviting scrutiny when you say that, and obviously if the Dolphins don't perform and the Chiefs come out firing same old, I think that the narrative is going to be Tyreek Hill was made by Patrick Mahomes, and that honestly might be the truth.
Could be. I mean, shit. It does help like having one of the most like difficult like throwers. Like Patrick Mahomes can get you some like really crazy highlights, but it's starting to catch up to him now that he really can't, especially not having Tyreek down there no more because he would just throw the ball. Like, okay, throw it. Tyreek somewhere.
But he still got Travis Kelce as a security blanket, so it'll be good. But Will, you ready to list your top 5 quarterbacks under the most pressure?
What you thinking, bro?
For my top 5 most under pressure quarterbacks this season, for number 5, I got either Matt Stafford or Joe Burrow, just because they're both coming off appearances at the Super Bowl with Matt Stafford winning. Mm-hmm. It's going to be a question to see if Matt Stafford can really go in and win another Super Bowl again, because people are saying that he might have been a bust. He wasn't as good as he's not that great of a quarterback.
Yeah, but to go back to back, that's tough.
That's tough.
It hasn't been done since the Patriots.
And you got with Joe Burrow,
since the GOAT.
People might be doubting him because he lost a Super Bowl. So. Yeah. So we're gonna see if he's able to
rebound and have a good sophomore year.
Exactly.
Yeah. You got a 4.
So I got for 4 and 3. I got Lamar and Jalen Hurts. The reason why I said 4 and 3 is because they both had similar issues. Like they were both good coming into the NFL, extremely talented quarterbacks. However, now their career is in question with Jalen Hurts. He's not performing as well. Neither Lamar not performing as well in the Ravens. We're going to have to see what happens there. But they're both young quarterbacks with immense amount of talent, so
they're good runners.
We're going to see what happens.
You got 3.
Number 2. Number 2.
Number 2. I'm tripping.
I got Russ.
Russell Wilson.
That's a good
Russell
shot.
Wilson.
He wasn't in mine. It's a good shot.
The reason why I got Russell Wilson is because he was one of the most legendary quarterbacks in the league, winning a Super Bowl with the Seahawks. Amazing stats.
The Legion of Boom.
Exactly, amazing stats, amazing talent. But now he's going to Denver. He hasn't been performing well. Denver is wanting to pick him up. It's rumored that he might get back into his old Russ ways, but we're gonna have to see. Personally, I don't see it happening.
I think that there's going to be a lot of pressure because a lot of people are comparing the situation to the Peyton Manning situation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like how Peyton Manning went and the first season he went to Denver, won a Super Bowl. I think a lot of people are almost expecting a similar thing from Russ. And I don't know if he's going to necessarily deliver.
I don't think Russ is going to perform. I think he has it in him, but I don't think it's happening.
But I think Russ is going to go crazy with that altitude. He's going to throw the the way he can throw.
The Broncos are they're real nice. They're nice.
And I like their receiving core.
Who's their receiving core?
They got Jerry Jeudy. They got a few other. Forgot his name. Kevin something.
Anybody crazy? On their offense, like besides Russ, like running backs. Anybody crazy on the team besides Russ?
A lot of their position players, they're like the young guys trying to develop.
Okay.
So they're like the young.
But Russ doesn't have time to develop.
Russ still got a couple years at the top, like 3, 4, 5 years. Oh, he's a quarterback. He probably might got 6, 5, 7 years.
Yeah. Especially how the NFL is now, protecting the quarterback. Like, quarterbacks can go play for a long time.
Russ will be good. But anyway, your number one spot.
Who's taking it?
Definitely Tua.
Tua? Okay,
because he got the two best wide receivers in the game. Like
Jalen Waddle.
The two fastest the fastest receiving core ever. It's crazy. Yeah.
He has the best receivers in the game. They probably stacked up on the other side of the ball defense.
Yeah.
So
new head coach, offensive head coach. Dolphins, they spent the most money in free agency.
He's the most person that has a chance to actually do something.
Yeah. Because
the thing with
coming
Tua,
back from where he was.
The thing with Tua, I feel like is so hitter. It's either like boom or bust. Because the Dolphins, if they really get going, they're low key Super Bowl contenders.
Genuinely,
if Tua is balling like Alabama Tua, the Dolphins are Super Bowl contenders. They have the talent. The biggest question mark is: are you going to get a college level quarterback, basically in Tua, or are you going to get a Super Bowl level quarterback like Tua could develop into? You don't know which one you're going to get.
I don't think they're going to the Super Bowl or maybe high
I'm not saying
high in the playoffs. But
I'm saying if Tua just stepped up his game a lot, like he can, because he was the number 5 overall pick coming off of a major hip surgery. If he did that, the Dolphins become contenders. So that's why he's under a lot of pressure. And because the Dolphins are going to be looking to get a new quarterback if Tua is bad this year. They're going to want to do want to do what Denver did and get a Russell Wilson, an established guy.
Facts.
Because there was rumors before they were trying to get Tom Brady before he went to Tampa.
Yeah.
So they've already
there was rumors that was the entire plan, that he wanted to retire.
Exactly.
But then the retirement was really a negotiation to get him to Miami.
It just didn't work out.
But it didn't work out.
So, but they've set the precedent that they want to win now.
They want to win now.
So that's why Tua is my quarterback and I guess your quarterback under the most pressure.
Yeah, it's not bad shots.
So, ready to move on to the Madden ratings? The new Madden ratings that just come out for Madden 23.
Yeah, let's get into it.
Let's go. Shoot.
I think we've got a lot of controversial ratings. I think one of the things about Madden ratings is that they're underrated in the sense, like, the youth of today builds a lot of their football knowledge off of these ratings. So,
of course,
I feel like if a player is underrated in this, they might become underrated in real life. And I feel like ultimately that's what's going to happen potentially with Jamar Chase. Only rated 87.
87.
What do we have to say about Jamar Chase only being rated 87? Not even a top 20 wide receiver in Madden.
Jamar Chase is easily one of the, he's
one of the top.
He's top. And I think he should at least be like 90, 91. But also I don't think it's as huge of a deal because it's only his second year.
Yeah.
Like, he's gonna have multiple more years to add to make it undoubted. Like, there's no doubt you can't make him like one of the top receivers in the game.
Yeah.
So I get like what he's like freaking out about and shit, but it's like just play ball.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you just play ball, and then your numbers will say, you go to another Super Bowl, and you have like he played well in that Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And you just keep doing that, and it'll translate.
I know you guys wanted to talk about his comparison between Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson because he got a higher rating. Do you guys think that Justin Jefferson is honestly the better receiver?
I think Jefferson is better right now. I think Justin Jefferson, I give him the edge because he's proven it for that second year. he didn't have a sophomore slump that I think you see a lot of rookie wide receivers take that second year.
And he doesn't have Joe Burrow.
That's what I'm saying. Jamar Chase already had an advantage because he had that added chemistry coming in. Justin Jefferson has Kirk Cousins as his quarterback, he's a mid quarterback.
Yeah.
In his rookie year, Justin Jefferson 88 catches, 1,400 yards for 7 touchdowns. In his sophomore year, immediately adds 20 more catches, 108 catches, 200 more yards, and he gets up to 1,600. And then he adds 3 more touchdowns, getting up to 10. That's a significantly higher production. That's not like even small. Like that's a lot. That's a huge chunk. So I think the fact that he proved he could be even better than his historic rookie season. I love Jamar Chase. And this is not a slouch on him.
It's hard to compare because he hasn't had that second year yet.
Think I want to see Jamar Chase prove he can have a better sophomore season just like Justin Jefferson did.
Yeah.
What? You going to take a piss? All right, go.
Are we cutting?
No, we don't have to cut it.
Just
y'all
go.
can keep going.
Okay, all right, but shit.
All right, you were going?
You didn't have to whisper it,
Just
bro.
go.
You got to take a piss. Man's got to take a piss, bro. Shit happens. Shit. But yeah, like you were saying about Jamar, you want to just see a little bit more from him because he only did 1 year. It's because you'd hate to be caught in that slump to where you said, oh yeah, Jamar Chase is better, then he goes next season and plays shit.
That's what I'm saying, and I feel like there's a real possibility that Jamar Chase could have a sophomore slump because I don't think he was necessarily maybe at the end of the season, but he wasn't always getting the same coverage that a number one guy is getting. And I think there's no doubt that Jamar Chase is that number one guy of Cincinnati. And I think he's going to be getting the number one corner every single week.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to take its toll. And Justin Jefferson proved he could handle that. And I just want to see Jamar Chase do it.
And, I think you still agree, though, that the Devontae Adams is still the number one receiver in the game.
Oh, yeah.
Like, well, not like in the game, but, like in current NFL, yeah.
I think, like, right now, I think the biggest big question mark, because I really rate Tyreek Hill, but I think the biggest question mark is...
Tyreek can run routes like Devontae. Devontae is perfect running routes.
And I just think Tyreek Hill is obviously going to take a hit in his numbers just because even if Tua plays well, he's not going to be Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
So I just think with the decline in numbers, he's not going to be in that conversation with Devontae no more because I think Devontae, if anything, his numbers are going to explode, maybe even more. His usage rate is going to go even more up.
Way higher, yeah.
Because he was already getting used like crazy in Green Bay, and now Derek Carr, they just love each other.
Yeah, bought him a car.
They're Fresno State or Fresno State boys. So I definitely think Devontae Adams is going to prove that's why he's the only 99 rated wide receiver.
Yeah, I like to see how Cooper Kupp plays because I think last year Cooper Kupp was the best receiver in
football.
It's undeniable. But like going into this season, we're gonna see how that goes when Devontae Adams in a new team and a new fit. So we're gonna see how he gets used. But Cooper Kupp, if he gets even like partially close to what he did last season, he's still number one.
I think it's going to be tough because obviously Cooper Kupp is not going to replicate
a Triple Crown historic season. Like you're talking about like one of the most historically great receiving like
seasons
ever.
Cooper Kupp, obviously, I don't think he's going to be able to replicate that, but I think he will be able to have like a somewhat similar season, but like. I mean, he might only win one of the categories in the Triple Crown. Yeah. Because like obviously, he's still Matthew Stafford's number one guy. Yeah. So Matthew Stafford is still going to give him the most targets.
But I mean, we might not like the Rams receiving core is disgusting right now.
Yeah. But even that, I think if anything, that also kind of. I know it takes away reps at the same time because there's a lot of guys to feed the ball to, but at the same time it opens up guys too because you can't double team. You cannot double team anybody on the
my bad. I had to go to the bathroom. Where we at?
So we're talking about Cooper Kupp and like top receivers in the game.
Cool.
If you double team Cooper Kupp, you're just gonna leave Odell running wide open. And then they had Robert Woods. They traded him, but they still have Van Jefferson, who's an underrated player from the Gators. So we knew.
Van Jefferson is disgusting.
He's an underrated, but he's been underrated, and I think a lot of Rams fans knew that once they got rid of Robert Woods, that he was going to evolve, and I think that's what we're going to see this year. Because there's a reason that they got rid of a seasoned veteran in Robert Woods, a legend to the LA Rams franchise, because they saw something in Van Jefferson, and I really think he's going to take a huge step next year.
Yeah. No, but we were basically just talking like that if going into next year, do you still think Devontae Adams is the number one receiver in the game?
Over Cooper Kupp.
Over Kupp or like Tyreek.
Or DeAndre Hopkins.
Probably go with Devontae Adams just to be safe.
Yeah,
exactly.
Because he's just really been the most consistent receiver for the he's basically the Giannis of receivers. He's just been the picture of consistency.
For the longest time, it had been Devontae and DeAndre Hopkins. And now DeAndre Hopkins, honestly, ever since he kind of went to Arizona, his career has kind of
hasn't gone up to how he wanted.
It hasn't been the same.
Yeah.
So I would just say, like, DeAndre Hopkins deserves his 96 rated, but he shouldn't be 99 like he was a few years ago. Like, I just think there's a lot of question marks with DeAndre Hopkins going into this season in Arizona in general.
Yeah, because, I mean, Arizona had that crazy start last year, right? They were undefeated for a while.
They were the only undefeated team, and then they just busted.
Yeah, like, I've never seen that before. They started one of the hottest teams ever, and they just crash and burn and explode so quick.
Kyle Murray, right? Crazy. Crazy.
Oh, he was in the MVP conversation for a little bit, Kyler Murray.
Because it was like if
they were.
I remember
firing.
Those games.
And
I remember those games.
And they went all in. They traded for JJ Watt.
JJ Watt. They gave him the money that he wanted.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they went all in, and obviously they're still going to be able to run it back this year because JJ Watt got injured. But I just don't.
Not fucking injured now?
That's what I'm saying. I just don't.
What is he not?
I just don't know if you can trust the guys on Arizona. I don't know if I trust JJ Watt to stay healthy. I don't trust Cliff Kingsbury. And I don't trust Kyler Murray to win me a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So that's why you can't. To me, I can't bet on Arizona to do anything substantial.
Nah, I wouldn't either. No. Keep your money safe.
Money
smart, bro.
Keep the money safe.
Keep it safe.
Bet. You guys ready to get in the AFC West predictions?
Absolutely.
I'm ready.
That's like the most stacked division we've ever seen. Ever.
So just to preface, I feel like this is the most stacked division.
What, you want me to go first?
Go for it. I mean,
Bet.
You want to?
Chomping at the bit.
Top, we got the Chiefs, then Raiders, Chargers, and Broncos. Justin Herbert. It was hard for me to put. It was hard.
Broncos? Yeah, damn.
Yeah, and it was hard for me to put for a second Derek Carr over Justin Herbert just because of how good Justin Herbert is. But Devontae Adams is going to make the difference.
Yeah, you'd expect the best receiver in the game to
exactly.
And they already have that chemistry.
Yeah, they have good chemistry. You're not like just pairing two random guys, but I mean, the shitty part with this is that literally whoever you put at the bottom is gonna be like, what? Is like no matter what,
I have all of my teams with a winning record. That's how.
Yeah.
They're like, you can't name it. Like, it's hard to think of another division in the NFL that every single team is gonna be a winning team. Every single team is good enough to win 9 games in the NFL. That's what a winning record is. You have to win 9 games. That is just impressive that every single team is able to do that, because you think of every other division, there's 1 or 2 pretty much shitters. Yeah. They got the fucking Lions, the Jags. Like, they're always bad.
Detroit.
But this team has no team like that.
Yeah, it's not one. Not like one shit team. It's like, okay, they're just in here like fucking just a couple rec league players, you know?
I honestly might make a bold take and say Raiders over Chiefs.
So you think the Raiders might win the division?
Raiders might win the division, bro.
I mean, dude, they got Honey Badger. They got a pretty good.
They got a stacked team, bro. They're probably gonna win the division. Yeah, I got Raiders over Chiefs.
Damn.
A nice little team.
I got Raiders over Chiefs.
But what you feeling?
You want me?
You go.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead. This is actually the exact opposite of you. I have the Raiders finishing last in this division.
Okay.
I think they're still gonna finish with a 9-8 record. I just don't know if I trust them quite as much as I trust the other guys in this division.
Oh, somewhat more established.
I think more established.
You got Russ?
I think
I'm trusting Russ.
What do you got Russ at?
I got third place. I'm putting the Chiefs in third place.
Okay, yeah.
I think that Tyreek Hill is going to make the difference. I don't think Patrick Mahomes is going to put up the same numbers.
Yeah,
I just think that the defense has never been great. That offense has always had to carry, and the biggest weapon on that offense is gone.
Yeah.
So can the offense still carry that defense like they have to? I don't know. I'm going to have to see it.
Is Juju Tyreek fucking Hill?
No, not even close.
Not even
They're
close.
not even on the same stratosphere.
It's gonna be fucking tough. It's going to be tough.
Second place in this division, I think is real close, but I'm going to put Denver second place. I think that they could push 11 wins and potentially get first place, but however, I think 10 wins, 10-7.
So you think the Chargers are
and I think the Chargers will win this division.
No.
I think the Chargers, what they did in free agency, building around Justin Herbert, I think they did exactly what they needed to do with the young quarterback. I think they got J.C. Jackson. They traded to get another guy to help Joey Bosa on the defensive line. They solidified that defense, and they already had a explosive offense with Austin Eckler and Keenan Allen and a great wide receiving core. And I think Justin Herbert is going to improve his game even more. If that's the case, I think they're winning this division, even though it's one of the most highly contested games.
Yeah.
But I have a lot of faith in Denver, too, and Russell Wilson and Jerry Jeudy and that whole team as well. So I do think honestly, I think it's between the Chargers and the Broncos to win this division. The Chiefs, we're going to fall off.
Yeah, I expect a drop off for the Chiefs as well. But it's basically mine is almost like we're a little flipped. I got the Chargers at bottom. I got them at the bottom of everything just because I don't think they're going to be better. I got Chargers, Chiefs, Raiders, then Broncos. Wow. I like the Broncos.
We're all over the place.
Here. I like the Broncos a lot.
I really like the Broncos a lot.
I really like them. It's either Raiders or Broncos to me, but I'll give the Broncos the edge. I like Russ. I like just he's more experienced. Well, the most experienced quarterback in that division. Mm-hmm. So I'll take him. I know the Chiefs are going to take a drop off. We both have them at 3. Mm-hmm. But basically the biggest difference is I have the Chargers at the bottom.
Yeah.
I don't know how much. I don't have a lot of stock in the Chargers, but
I think if the Chargers end up finishing last in this division, I think that's like it's a huge failure, and I think the Chargers head coach would get fired. That's for sure.
It's tough because the division's so stacked. It's like fuck.
It's like the Chargers are gonna have a good season, and they still might not make the playoffs.
Yeah.
They're gonna they could have a 10-win season and not make the playoffs.
That's fucking crazy.
Like the AFC is so good that like. I don't even know. Like there could be like 9 teams that have a 10 wins.
You have one bad game that could cost you the entire year playoffs.
I feel like it's gonna legit come down to like one of those interdivisional
those games are so good.
Those games where like a field goal decides it. It's literally one field goal at like week 1 could still impact.
Watching any of those teams versus any of the other top teams is gonna be so much fun just seeing how mostly the AFC they know they have to win as many games. Doesn't matter. It could be against anybody. The fucking Detroit Lions. Yeah. They have to take it super serious because you let one of those games slip and you're not in the postseason.
And that was ultimately that's what happened to the Dolphins last year. They choked very easy games and then they ended up going on an 8-game winning streak and they beat Baltimore and they beat a lot of good teams and they've ended up finishing with 10 wins, but they choked against Jacksonville. They choked against other teams that had like 1 and 3 wins. Like the Jets, they choked. Like you can't do that. You can't do that and expect to make the playoffs. You have to beat who you're supposed to beat, and then take care of business a couple times against the top teams. And that's the recipe for success.
Yeah.
And ultimately, whoever does that the most in this division is who's going to win.
Yeah.
It doesn't take a rocket science to figure that one out.
Yeah. Definitely, I feel that.
So, ready to get into the ESPYs?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Let's get it.
Got one of the most legendary potential speeches in ESPYs history. I think, obviously, everyone knows the Jimmy V speech was one of the most iconic ones. Don't ever give up. We all heard it growing up every year on ESPN. And I think we got another speech with a contender. It was just a legendary speech. It was a heartwarming moment to see Dick Vitale on there giving the speech, winning the award for perseverance. For me, it was just a inspiring moment, and I'm just glad that we all got to watch that. I feel like it was just a good moment.
To see him back was just very like it just makes you feel good just because you never want to like his voice is everything.
Exactly.
Everything. And to get like throat cancer and then thinking that might be it, that just might be your story written. To see him obviously not be like he's like I bet when he was told that It's like, okay, that's fine. That he was confident that he'd get through it.
Yeah, he said, I'm never going to give up.
Never going to give up. And that's just it was just really nice
exactly.
to see.
That's one of the best things that I liked about the speech. Exactly. Just to be able to push through certain adversities that you're dealing with in your life. Just like.
He's like, he didn't even know if he'd ever speak again. Like,
exactly.
Dude, it's crazy.
And like we got the chance to see him, and we couldn't even talk to him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was just to get to see that, and then get to watch him give one of the most legendary speeches. It was just crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And even when like he wasn't able to stop to talk, he was still the same guy.
Like he just never stopped shining. He's just a bright character, and I think
it's just an inspirational story overall.
It was just really inspirational. I think it was just fun to watch, inspiring, and I think that it's just a really good moment for the sports world. Because I think we've had a lot of negative moments in the sports world.
A lot of downs, you know.
And I think sometimes you have to have moments like this that remind everyone why we love sports.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Why are we here? You know what I mean? And this is just the beautiful part of sports is this.
Yeah.
You know, the moments, memories you make along the way.
The connections you
build. You know what I mean? People, you feel connected to Dick Vitale, and you might have never met the guy. His voice, you know, it's just a legendary character, and it's just nothing more to say.
Yeah. Let's get into Teofimo Lopez.
Big fight coming August 13th, Las Vegas. It's basically with this fight that's coming up, it's against Pedro Campa. I might be butchering that, but
nobody knows him anyway.
No one knows him anyway. It's a good little warm up fight for Teo, because after coming off his last fight versus what's that fucking dude's name? Cambozo.
George Cambozos.
Yeah, Cambozos. A fight that was still close. It was a close fight, but him being injured going into that fight definitely left a lot, like a sour taste in your mouth.
What did he have?
Oh my God. Let me read. Let's see
what was it? Pneumonia myocarditis?
Oh no, bro. I had to read it.
Pneumonia myocarditis? What was it called?
What is this?
You wrote it down. I watched.
I wrote it down, but damn, I can't find it. Injury. I can't find it. I can't find it, bro.
God. Butchered it.
It's a lot.
You butchered it. It's besides the point. You butchered it. He had some thing called pneumonia myositis. I don't know what it was.
It's the longest unheard shit I've ever.
Basically,
besides the point.
That was besides the point. The whole point was that during that fight with Cambozos, his life was literally at risk.
Yeah, because basically what it was that he had oxygen trapped in his chest.
That's what I'm saying.
And like, dude, if basically they described it as if he were to get punched in the chest, it'd shatter his rib cage and he'd die literally instantly. There's no fucking surviving that. And basically, my cousin, he's been childhood friends with Teo for a really long time. They're still really close. Mm-hmm. And he told me basically like the idea was Teo did not want to pull out of this fight just because of the stigma that, you know, he didn't want to have that as a person who pulls out of fights. And that just shows like
his character,
the character of him, that like
how bad he wants it,
how much he cares about it, and that he doesn't pretend, he doesn't like. There's no play. You don't play boxing.
Exactly.
And like a lot of people say that, oh yeah, they'll die in that ring, but you never really know. Like, are you really about it? Mm-hmm. He's literally prepared to die there.
Yeah.
And you know, I think he's definitely gonna fucking fuck up this dude named Pedro easy. It's gonna be a nice little win.
And then he's gonna get 17-1.
And then we're gonna be able to see him back. He's gonna definitely go back to where he was before, looking for the top of the top.
And we've seen rumors that he potentially could be fighting Ryan Garcia.
After Ryan won, the last week before, like 2 weeks ago, he said he wanted either Tank or Teo. Mm-hmm. And Jesus Christ, fucking asking for those two fucking guys, my God. But I mean, it's looking like what if I were to guess right now, I think Tank and Ryan Garcia might be the fight they're gonna make, and then after Teo wins, he might be looking at Haney.
I feel like asking for Tank is asking for a death sentence.
Asking for Tank, not for Teo. Absolutely not, dude.
I'm just saying in general, nobody wants to fight Tank. I wouldn't want to fight Tank.
Teo wants to fight Tank. I'll tell you who wants to fight Tank. Teo, I've heard Taylor's dad talk before. I love to hear his dad talk about his son versus Tank. He probably think fucking he'd fuck up Tank in like 30 seconds. But if Tail fights Tank, I think Tail's gonna win. But it's definitely gonna be that'd be a crazy fight. Fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Box office.
Yeah, that'd be like one of the biggest. That'd probably be a title fight.
Well, yeah,
definitely.
They'd be. It depends where they're at because like Tail would be going for his titles. Devin Haney has his title, so I think that's the fight he'd really want to look more. Or maybe a rematch with Cambezos. But I don't know if I really want to see Cambezos again because I think he would just beat Cambezos.
Beat him?
Yeah, I think he would just beat him. I kind of seen there, done that. He was injured. It's one of those things like having to wait for it again.
I think if Cambozo's is smart, he wouldn't take a rematch against Tail because
no, you get that win. You're done. You're like, okay, I beat his ass.
In the same way that in the similar thing that he did with Lomachenko.
Yeah,
he didn't give Lomachenko the rematch because Lomachenko didn't respect him enough to give him a rematch clause in the first place because Lomachenko said, "I'm the clear favorite here, and I think I'm going to win," and then he bottled it.
Yeah, well, a lot of people don't know because with that fight, no one's ever dominated Lomachenko like that. Like it was domination, and I'm sure Lomachenko did not expect it because he didn't even put a rematch clause in it. But after that, like I get where Tail's coming from. I mean, shit, you just fucking dominate this dude.
Why would you want to give him
a rematch?
Why
would you give him a rematch?
Didn't deserve it.
What also, like, why? Who wants to see that again?
And if he didn't even respect you enough as a boxer to give you a rematch clause in the first place,
doesn't give a shit.
You know what I mean?
No, he doesn't care about it. He doesn't give a shit about fucking.
I'm just saying in general.
Yeah. He's only looking to get dust up this dude named Pedro.
Yeah.
And he's back. He's going back for the top to take over.
Yeah.
He's going for it.
I mean, I like I said,
the youngest champ since Tyson.
Exactly. He was the youngest champ since Tyson, and now he's trying to regain.
He's trying to regain the throne. And it's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be interesting to see if he is able to do that.
I think
he has a chance, but ultimately it's going to come down to starting it out good with a good performance on August 13th and showing the world that it was just a fluke. And it was that pneumonitis or whatever it was.
Dude, I can't even fucking.
I couldn't imagine. I'm just trying to imagine that. I just can't imagine it.
You ready?
Yep.
Bet. So I know you guys wanted to test out starting a new segment here called Shoot It Hot Takes. This week, it is sports. We could get into music hot takes maybe next week or whatever, culture, whatever it is.
The concept is to just give our most hottest take.
That it doesn't have to be anything. It doesn't
have to be about
sports. It could be anything.
Just your hottest take in general.
But generally, this week is probably going to be sports.
Yeah, and I encourage anyone watching to put your hottest take in the comment box down below because we want to see them.
We want that. That would be awesome to be able to see, read people's hot takes here, and then us react to said hot takes.
You put any hot takes posted in the comments, we might react to them in the next episode. So go ahead and post them in the comment box down below.
But I think who wants to start? Who wants to start this out? Who wants to start
I want Blue to go first.
Okay, Blue, go first, bro.
I bet. Well, yeah, Trevor Lawrence being the most improved QB of the season.
Trevor Lawrence
in the whole NFL.
In the whole NFL, I got Trevor Lawrence.
So you're a Jags believer. Not a lot of people are Jags believers. I will say that.
Trevor Lawrence, he's proven that he's been able to get it done in college, high school. It's just that NFL. When you go to the Jags, man, what else can you do? They had a really crappy team. They picked him up because he was the number one pick, correct?
And he's supposed to save the franchise.
Yeah. And he was supposed to save the franchise, but they just need to build. They need to build.
He's not Jesus.
Exactly.
The Subway commercials.
Exactly.
Rome was not built in a day.
Yeah. I think there's still a lot of upside to him.
Exactly, and they're building around him, and they're going to keep continuing to build around him. So that's why I think next season he's going to be the most improved quarterback because.
You think he's going to the playoffs? If he's going to be most improved, you got to take me to the playoffs. Take me to the playoffs, man.
If he went.
But see,
how many wins does he have to get to go to the playoffs in that division?
That's what I'm saying. It's AFC is going to take about 10 wins. The Jags are never.
If the Jags get 8 to 7 wins, he's one of the most improved quarterbacks.
Bro, nobody expects the Jags to win even 6 games this year.
That's fucking crazy.
If Trevor Lawrence wins 6 games this year, I'm going bald.
6 games.
The Jags are not winning 6 games.
And I got him possibly winning 6-7 games.
6-7. That's a lot of games. Dude, that must be like some from a smite from God or some shit. You go from never losing a game to going to like one of the most loser franchises in the league.
Yeah.
What's worse? Probably getting drafted at Detroit or some shit. That's probably worse. But
I can't think of much. But I mean, Jackson.
Worst situation.
Yeah.
Zach Wilson's situation.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to go to the Jags, the Giants, the Jets.
But I'd go to the Jets, bro.
What can you do when you're a number 1 pick?
You have no choice.
You have no choice. You're guaranteed to go to someone that's trash.
No,
But look at Joe Burrow, number 1 pick.
You get lucky, huh? Sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you're
because
unlucky.
they built around him. That's what I'm saying. So like I want to see what
they have to plunge.
I want to see what they build around Trevor Lawrence.
When
this
you
season.
have that type of quarterback, bro, there should not be like a doubt, man. It's just like, bro, just build. Like you should do everything.
Exactly.
Everything in your power.
Everyone, people were tanking specifically for Trevor Lawrence.
I remember
this guy was supposed to be the truth. It should be no doubt. As soon as you draft him, if I'm the GM of the Jags, I am calling every wide receiver saying, "Come to my team." Every offensive lineman, I'm saying, "Come to my team." I just got Trevor Lawrence. I need to build around.
Even if they're role,
and that's what I'm saying.
Sales tax.
Even if they're not stars.
And I don't understand why GMs wait to build around their star quarterbacks.
I think it comes down to like, there's always like a thing for their back because I don't know if they truly believe like. I don't know if there's a more lock than Trevor Lawrence, but it's like they still want to see. It's like, okay, let's see what like flashes he gives. Okay, now I'm really okay with plunging.
But I see if you're willing, like you're already paying the number 1 pick, like you're paying Trevor Lawrence a good, like $20 million or whatever just to be the number 1 pick.
You have the confidence in him already.
So if you pick him number 1, you have the confidence in him. Like you're the number 1 pick. You could pick anybody in the whole draft.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the literally the most confidence you could have in a person to pick him number 1. And I think he definitely deserved to be number 1. It's just the Jags.
The Jags can't build, dude. They can't fucking build.
It's just the Jags.
Y'all ready to get into your hot takes?
You want me to go?
Yeah, you gonna go?
Okay. So mine has to do with the NBA, and I think mine has to be. I think the most overrated player of all time is Allen Iverson. I think that's the most overrated player ever, dude. Ooh. I hear way too many. I hear way too many people like I'll be going up asking them like who's like would be your top 5 players all time like or your top 5 starting 5. People throwing AI in there like bro what are you doing bro? Like, AI over like other like players you could put over him.
He's a legend.
He's the most overrated player of all time though, or like up there.
Bro. All time because I'm not and it's not even saying overrated. It's like you're not not bad. It's just saying you're being like. Maybe he's like a top like 20, 25 player all time, but people are having him like towards the 15s and shit. And that's what I see a lot because I get he changed the game a lot.
Yeah.
That
Kyrie before Kyrie happened.
Like he was basically Kyrie before Kyrie, and he changed the game, but like he didn't win anything.
He didn't.
Like,
and his only chance was against the Lakers.
And he got like gentleman swept. Like it wasn't very close, wasn't very competitive.
Yeah.
Like he was a great player, but like how some people elevate him to be this like, oh, like if I'm building an all-time team, he's probably gonna get in it.
Nah, I can agree with that, but I still think he's Allen Iverson.
No, AI is a good player, but to like the peaks that people will bring him up to being like, oh my God, he was fucking like up there like one of the tops ever.
One of the best to ever do it.
One of the best to ever do it. No, he was not.
He's one of the top 20, 25. Like I think, like you said.
He's like top like 25.
However, I don't think he's anywhere near approaching the top 10.
No, fuck no.
He's not 11, 12, 13.
Like there's some people that will legitimately put him arguably in the top 10 or top 15. I think that's absolutely crazy.
He's got to be in that 15 to 18 range.
I see him more as like a Charles Barkley player.
Yeah, because he didn't win anything.
They're pretty fucking close.
They're legends, but they didn't.
But if you go to anybody being like, oh yeah, I think Charles Barkley and AI are the same. You're fucking stupid. AI is fucking you don't know AI then. Well, like, dude, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I was like, hell no. Well, that's just what I believe. I mean, fuck. That's what I believe.
I think. What about what I believe?
I don't care what you believe.
Ultimately, and I've believed this for a very, very long time. Tom Brady is the luckiest and most overrated athlete of all time. He is the luckiest athlete. He's been proven time and time again.
I might have to fucking leave, bro.
Name a guy who has had more resources.
Hold on, bro. I gotta have
the greatest coach of all time, Bill Belichick. The greatest coach of all time, at your disposal. You have consistently a top 10, top 5 defense over and over again every single season.
You're gonna get flamed. Bro, there's no way.
Bro, we have said it before on this podcast that we think ability-based, Tom Brady is not the best quarterback
bro, there's no way.
in history. Just based on pure ability.
Romans 12, page 682. God's mercy is for everyone. Bruh. I'm speechless, bruh. Like, I'm literally having the fear of, we might fucking get smited by God right now, bruh. Like, I don't know what to say, bruh. I don't know what to say, bruh. I don't know what to say, bruh.
Name another athlete that has had the consistent luck. First of all, to even get into the NFL, when he was first starting, Drew Bledsoe gets injured. The lucky tuck rule to even win that Super Bowl and get the starting job while having one of the greatest teams of all time around him. He's had that consistently, won 6 championships in New England, getting essentially carried.
Oh, my God.
No.
Always had a top 10 defense.
Overrated though, bro.
And when he had a bad defense, he lost. Philadelphia took the L. Nick Foles, one of the most disgraceful losses.
He threw for the most in a Super Bowl ever.
When he doesn't have a top 10 defense to carry him,
when
he cannot
Belichick
execute.
Chokes a defense, or he
Belichick does not.
Shits.
Belichick very, very rarely choked.
I think he's a little overrated, but not to the extent that you think, bro. Like,
he is the GOAT. He's the GOAT only because of the accolades.
He has.
That's it.
And because of the setup that he had.
Exactly.
That's not true.
That's just accolades. In terms of, he won the accolades because he was on the team.
He's more valuable than the entire franchise. The Patriots. He's won more than the Patriots franchise.
Who cares that he's won more than the franchise?
I think Tom Brady would still be Tom Brady without the Patriots, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
No, he wouldn't.
Of course he would.
Of course he would.
No, he wouldn't.
It's Tom Brady.
It's Tom Brady.
He wouldn't have even got the chance.
If Buddy would have went to Cleveland, he would have been Tom Brady.
No, he wouldn't have.
But
it's Tom Brady.
He could have gone to the Detroit fucking Lions, and we'd be talking about the Detroit Lions are one of the greatest teams of all time.
The Patriots developed Tom Brady to be the quarterback that he was.
Dude,
Bill Belichick is the greatest.
I could assemble 20 people right now, and if we get Tom Brady, we might win a Super Bowl.
And he's a check down merchant. Watch the game. Watch Tom Brady. Only recently,
I've seen him win 7 Super Bowls.
Only recently, now that he has one of the greatest.
I've watched him win 7 Super Bowls.
Once again, he has one of the greatest receiving corps of all time. Once again, to carry him, one of the greatest. That's now is the only time that he's actually throwing actually maybe more than 5 yards past the field.
But there has been quarterbacks with great receiving corps that have not been able to get the stuff done that he's been able to get done.
Bro, this is Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Gronk, Leonard Fournette.
Said Leonard Fournette, bro.
That's a potent offense.
Said Leonard Fournette, bro.
It's a potent offense.
Dude, man came in 30 pounds overweight, bro. You're talking about Leonard Fournette. Dude, he went to the Succaneers and made the Succaneers win. I don't know what to say, bro.
You're acting like they don't have one of the greatest receiving corps.
Were they not the most losing team in all of sports?
But you
were they not?
But you
yes
knew.
Or no?
But you knew all they needed was just somebody who could come in and get the job done.
Well, what?
Time.
What time? Oh, we good.
I was just looking at.
Oh, we
I was
good.
just making sure you were at time.
Yeah.
But I forgot what I was saying.
No,
you were going on your rant about how he's one of the most overrated quarterbacks. But come on now,
you should forget what you said, dude.
Come on now.
He could go to any team.
His career should have been over if the tuck rule was properly refereed. His career would have been over.
I'm not saying he would have won all those championships.
He even admitted that the tuck rule was BS.
I'm not saying he would have won all those championships, but he still has the stats.
He doesn't have the stats.
He still has the stats, bro.
He doesn't have the stats.
Without the Patriots, bro. He's not. He maybe not winning all those championships, but he got the stats.
But if he doesn't win those championships, he's not even close to being the GOAT. The only reason he is the GOAT is because he has 7 rings, and that's uncomparable to anybody right now.
Yeah, because no one else could win that many times.
He just got lucky many times.
No one could ever win that many times.
He just got lucky.
I guess he must have found like some fucking.
I'm not saying he would have won that
infinite pot of luck or some shit.
He wouldn't have won that many times, but he still would have won enough to consider him the GOAT.
Look what the greatest head coach is doing now, missing the playoffs. Well, go at that. You know, good for you, bro. Missing the fucking playoffs.
You got a rookie quarterback.
Oh, Mac 10, fucking Mac 10.
He's a rookie.
He's fucking ass.
And they're still
draft better,
and they're still building around him.
If you
we just talked about, we don't know.
If you made Tom Brady, then
you don't think Mac is all that.
Mac 10. Okay, so Mac should be the next Tom Brady. If you made Tom Brady, then make Mac 10 Tom Brady.
Belichick is on his way out, though.
Yeah, because he's fucking shit. That's why he's on his way out.
No, he's on his way out because he's old.
Because he's washed.
He's already proved everything he needs to prove.
Dude, Bill
Belichick has nothing left to prove. He's the greatest coach of all time.
Before God gifted him with Tom Brady, when he was on don't touch the Bible. Don't touch the fucking Bible.
If Jesus Christ could come back and write more in the Bible, he would say Bill Belichick is the greatest coach of all time.
Absolutely not. Because before he was gifted Tom Brady, he was in the hottest seat that he ever was, because he didn't win shit. He could not do it before Tom Brady. When he was given Tom Brady, that's when everything switched to where Tom Brady gave him. Tom Brady always took.
I guess Bill Belichick wasn't one of the greatest defensive masterminds of all time.
I couldn't tell versus the Falcons. I couldn't tell versus not the Falcons. The Philadelphia Eagles. I couldn't tell.
One game against the hottest team.
I couldn't tell versus.
You remember that Nick Foles?
I couldn't tell versus New York.
That's what I'm saying. You know Nick Foles was just a man on a mission.
Nick Foles, for God's sake, man.
Where is he at now?
He was just a man on a mission in that moment.
Man on the mission.
Look, just like Joe Flacco won a Super Bowl. Where is he at now? The auction.
He's fucking ass.
Trent Dilfer. A lot of good bad quarterbacks that win Super Bowls.
There is no debate who needed who more.
Tom Brady.
Not even close.
Tom Brady is a mid quarterback who won 7. So you don't need to be the greatest to win.
He's the greatest quarterback ever. He's
in terms of ability, no.
Well, I mean, it takes ability to win 7 Super Bowls, especially leaving your coach.
You gotta have a team. You gotta have that team around you, and he consistently had the team around him because of Robert Kraft and Bill Belichick.
I mean, Bill Belichick. Yeah, Robert fucking Kraft. That is the worst shit I've ever heard in my entire life.
Well, like we said before, drop your hottest takes in the comment box down below, and we might react to them in the next episode. But with that being said, you're ready to move into the next one?
Yeah, I think we're done with sports, and we're shooting straight into music and culture.
You got Kid Cudi, the biggest recent events at Rolling Loud. Ultimately, what happened? It got bottles thrown at him on stage, and he left stage. And then, obviously, we know Kid Cudi and Kanye have the beef going right now. As soon as Kid Cudi left, Kanye came on and performed a Little Durk. And they're saying that Kanye was obviously not supposed to be there or anything like that. And they're saying that Rolling Loud set him up. What do you have to say about this? Do you think that Kanye should have done this? Do you think Kid Cudi's in the wrong? Do you think Rolling Loud is in the wrong? Do you think that they should have set this situation up like this? Do you think that they should have even brought Kid Cudi and Kanye into the same area knowing the beef?
I think they should have just settled their differences, bro. Honestly, Kid Cudi didn't. I mean, like, what? He also got bottles thrown at him.
That's why he left.
So that you're walking off. You're not necessarily walking off because Kanye was coming up next, right?
But what we're saying, like, the bottles happened. They threw the bottles at him, and then as soon as Kid Cudi left mid performance, then they just replaced him. Lil Durk came on, and then Kanye came out. So they're saying like,
now I see what you're saying.
And because of the beef, they're painting it out to be like that.
Well, yeah, they got to let Kid Cudi continue his performance if he wasn't done. Now, is it sure that he wasn't done?
He was like mid-song.
It was mid-song. Dude, when you have a toxic crowd like that.
That's what I'm saying.
It's really tough.
Do you really want to go back?
Because it's like, what is Rolling Loud necessarily, like, what are they supposed to really do? Because they're not like they can't dispatch people to go quickly grab the people that are throwing stuff before he's already walking off.
Yeah.
So it's like,
and you don't know what could be coming at you next.
Yeah, because
if you get one thing thrown at you, you know it's like a piggyback effect.
Yeah.
You know, a shoe could come at you, a knife. God knows, you don't know what's coming at you.
Yeah, and it's just I don't think it's like Rolling Loud's fault. It's just It's just the fans ruined it for everybody. I mean, it sucks because I'm sure there's a lot of people there that went there for Kid Cudi.
Exactly. And Kanye's not gonna just be like, "Yo, like let Cudi continue his performance because of the beef." So then, like he really don't like him. They don't like
him no more. Even though that's a legendary duo, and I think they need to squash the beef, and they should have been squashed the beef. But that's to each their own. But
yeah, and I mean, I'm sure I don't think Rolling Loud planned that.
Yeah,
it's kind of like
I don't think it was planned because Dirk just brought him out. It was like totally unplanned. I don't think anyone expected it.
Yeah,
I just think
it was tough. It was crazy.
Bet we all ready to get in DaBaby? He claims he's charging $200K per club appearance.
That's crazy. That's a dude. That's just to be there.
And continuing with the Rolling Loud, he also got declined a deal with Burger King because of the comments that he made about homosexuals during his Rolling Loud performance. What was it, last year?
Yeah.
Bro, when I first heard that, I thought he was joking. I genuinely
it sounded fake.
No, it didn't sound like it was. I thought he was like trying to like make a joke or something, or like
it wasn't.
It just like kept rolling. I was like, "What's going on?" Yeah. I was like, "Bro,
that's the corporate world though that we live in nowadays. Though that you'll be able to not be get deals because of the things that you say. Like, what do you think about it,
bro? I think it was interesting because he said in the interview that Burger King, they weren't even going to call it the DaBaby meal. They were going to call it the Jonathan Kirk meal because they wanted the whole meal to be about originality. So if you were going to literally make your whole brand right now about Jonathan Kirk and being original, this is the original DaBaby. And you were already planning on doing it. And then he says this, and I understand you don't want to put your brand in bad light or whatever. I'm just saying you knew what you were getting if you were doing a DaBaby meal. You knew he's but not
to that extent.
He's always doing some shit that's gonna get him canceled. You know he's fighting he's fighting his girl's brother, or he's saying something he's not supposed to say.
When I first read the story, or when I first heard about this, I thought it was like because of multiple instances. I didn't think it was because of that specific Rolling Loud.
Because DaBaby is getting canceled every day. Like DaBaby probably did something today to get canceled. He wakes up and he's getting canceled.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think some of that is the media always painting him out to be a villain now because he's been canceled so many times. But sometimes he brings it on himself.
Yeah,
just
I'm
like
sure
he did.
It's just a part of like what he's trying to do with his brand now.
Exactly,
it's just who he is.
And now I feel like he's accepted that.
I'm sure he doesn't care.
Because
if you get 200,000, you could think I'm a terrorist. I don't care.
But some of these people are really trying him though. Like he might be putting himself in. Well, he's in the position, but I wouldn't say he's necessarily putting himself there because if someone like is out in the street and you're a famous person and they want to fight you, I mean, like, and if they physically harm you, you're gonna have defense.
If you're at that level though, you get security.
Yeah, that's facts.
You're not that famous, you don't have security. That's there's things you have to do because obviously your security guard is paid to fight for you.
Of course.
And it's like if you actually get into a fist fight with somebody, now you're dragged into it. Mm-hmm. If it's one of your fucking, Joe freaking, your security guard, he deals with that and you're out of that light,
Facts.
Exactly.
So,
that's why you have good security because if you get punched right away, the security can hop in.
Or even you have security, it usually wards off that shit. Because
exactly.
You don't usually try and pull it to do with fucking huge ass security.
Like most of the time they kind of walk around where.
But
it's like,
with the rapper persona though, is it really cool to be having all that all that security around you?
Group,
that's how they make it out to be. But like
because they want to be hard and they want to be solo, saying I'm out here on this corner, man. I'm out here by myself, man.
But then be real, bro. Do you look at Drake any different because he has security?
Fuck no.
No.
Exactly.
But Drake's not that type
Drake's
of rapper.
Drake's not that type of guy though. Neither. He's not like a DaBaby that's like, yo, I'll pull up. I'll fucking fight your ass now. But it's still like.
But DaBaby, like, he still has the security too.
Yeah. Because you always still have to be smart.
When he was fighting Danny Lay's brother or whatever, his security was.
He was right there.
Security
helping him.
That's what I'm saying. They were all whooping his ass. It was like 5v1. That's why it was like such a controversial thing because it was like they just kind of ganged up on him.
That's fucking tripping.
No.
DaBaby's always doing something. So.
Yeah. For the next topic, we got Fetty Luciano, Rowdy Rebel's blood brother.
Blood brother.
Arrested for attempted murder. What do you guys got to say about that?
It's crazy. Because it's like one of those things where it's a celebrity you can never really see. Like some of this shit can just catch you out of nowhere. It's like, what?
Yeah.
It's like,
I just don't know. Like, you would think that like when they got something going for them that they would just try to.
That's what I was gonna say.
Try to get out of that or try to not put yourself
Rowdy Rebel is one of the top 20
and
maybe top 50 rappers right now.
And he's one of the top in New York right now.
Yeah, exactly. Top 5
in New York for sure.
I would say top three in New York for rappers right now. So
you have so much going for you. It's
you got so much.
Like, why are you still getting in that?
I don't know.
And you see it over and over again too.
And it's the same thing with the YSL situation.
That's
like
what I'm saying. And we're potentially seeing it with the
Atlanta
with
the Atlanta DA.
They might be taking out for DaBaby for PF and
exactly.
All.
And he commented saying, "I'm only God can judge me."
So like we don't know what's ultimately gonna happen, bro.
But don't look at the Bible. You're not allowed to look at it no more.
But like you would just think that like they would just be smarter and put themselves in a better position.
It's the same shit to like what they're getting busted for, like having gang affiliation. It's like, bro, why? Just for what reason? Like, what do you gain out of doing that,
I understand, but pre-rap.
Yeah, like
pre-rap
different. Maybe.
But
now you got the opportunity to go get yourself some legal money.
As soon as you make it, bro, like. I'm blocking it. Like just drop the trap
phone. I never heard of that
Break
shit,
the
bro.
trap phone, throw it into the river, never look at it again,
bro.
And then leave the bando.
Maybe he wasn't the most well-known artist right now, but if you would have put in the work, you got Rowdy Rebel's brother.
You have such a good setup.
And you got a lot of people who can like kind of put you on.
Exactly.
Like, bro, all Fetty has to do is call up his bro and say, "Yo, Rowdy, hop on a song with me and get Nav." That's a hit.
But is he can, but all that takes time. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? You can't just hit up Rowdy Rebel.
But he would have had plenty of time if he wasn't arrested for attempted murder.
Facts.
He'd have time to do it if he wasn't in fucking prison.
So ultimately, he's not gonna have any time now, and it's just gonna be another lost talent or whatever. What could have been?
What could have been?
What could have been? Because I don't know how long he's gonna be in there for, but I don't know how that
was
goes.
there any details released on it, or like did it say who it was, or any type of motivation or anything yet, or no?
No, I don't think anything. I don't think anything came out.
Now,
I'd be curious to see why. Maybe like.
I know we're going a little fast here, but you guys ready to talk about little TJ's shooter arrested?
It's the same kind of
same
thing. Both New York rappers. Lil TJ might be top in New York right now, #1.
Facts.
Say. Ultimately, his shooter named Muhammad Kanate officially arrested. I think it's good that the justice was served.
They finally
Facts.
got him,
Like,
because it wasn't even just him. Like it was like multiple people.
Exactly.
And it's it's one of those things that I'm sure brings closure to the family.
Exactly.
To finally have the guy who did it. It's never gonna obviously
take away what happened.
Take away what happened, but it gives closure.
Exactly.
It was just like all you really.
And obviously, it's the fact that Lil TJ obviously was able to pull through.
Yeah.
Was one of the most impressive things. Obviously, like not much news has come out. It's not like Lil TJ is walking on Instagram and he's not at that point.
Do you think it's going to affect rappers moving forward? Do you think they're going to start moving differently? Maybe DaBaby with more security.
We always say after something like this happens that are they going to start moving differently? And they never do. They never do, and they never will. It's almost like they never will. Some of them will.
Some of them won't.
And some of them won't. And then ultimately,
the ones that don't end up getting caught.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And what? Did this happen in New York, right? Where he's from?
Exactly.
So yeah,
What's going on in New York, bro?
So you always get killed where you're from because people always want to hate on you the most.
Exactly.
Where you're from.
Exactly.
Because they feel like they should have been in your position. And they're upset that they're mad at where they're at.
And we knew that the shooter was doing it potentially out of jealousy because the day Lil TJ got shot, he really posted saying something about how people are jealous of him and shit like that. And then a few hours later, boom, all this happened and him and all his homies get popped. It's no coincidence. So it's just like hoping that. Oh yeah, but anyway, it's just hoping. it's just
the script, bro.
Yeah, no, it was just hoping that everything fell into place.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And ultimately, everything has kind of fallen into place, and Lil TJ is pulling through, and it's impressive.
Alrighty, so now we got Johnny Depp filing for an appeal. He wants his $2 million back from Amber Heard.
I want my $2 million.
I would want my $2 million back too.
He's so rich though, but it's like I don't.
He stated
he's petty. I would be petty too.
He came out and said like I don't want to have to bring this back up. Like I don't want this to be in the spotlight. I want this to be completely like basically under the rug, like gone forever.
It's not.
But he feels that he deserves his $2 million.
He does.
Of course.
He doesn't need it, but he wants it.
Now I think in the case both parties were at fault. Like Johnny Depp did do some.
Yeah,
he did do some bad things. Yeah. However, though, I believe that he didn't deserve the bad reputation that he got because of the stuff that he did.
Exactly, and he's a legend. Johnny Depp.
Dude, we're gonna see the Pirates again, bro. Let's go, like, bring him back.
He's a legendary actor, and I think everyone kind of grew up on him to a certain extent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everyone knows Pirates of the Caribbean and classic movies like that. And, while watching the lawsuit play out, he deserves the $2 million back.
Facts.
And ultimately, he doesn't need it. He could just...
Because Amber Heard, like, she
just
completely lied on her testimony multiple times.
That's what I'm saying. And then, after, Johnny Depp ultimately kind of won the court, but then they still kind of finessed and gave Amber Heard $2 million. Like, if I was Johnny Depp, I'd be like, no, fuck that.
Dude, of course, yeah.
And that's why he's in the right for doing this, and ultimately I feel like he has a chance, but the jury still might pity and give Amber Heard some money.
Dude, what you doing if your girl shits in your bed, bro?
What?
What you doing if your girl shits in your bed? Straight up,
she's getting kicked out.
She's getting kicked out?
Yeah,
dude,
forever.
Amber Heard's fucking shit in his bed, dude.
The question is, though, if she...
You didn't know?
I didn't see that.
No,
well,
dude,
that's what they said. I think she claimed that, but yeah, she probably did it.
Johnny took
what kind of a weirdo?
Oh yeah,
what kind of weirdo
he claimed.
It don't even seem right. Like, imagine
that's some shit she did, bruh. Took a fucking shit in his bed, bruh. Fucking shit.
Wasn't she also sleeping in that bed?
No, dude. It was like I think in one of their fucking like vacation homes, and then originally Johnny just came up on it, and he's like, he took a picture of it, and he said he laughed at first because it's just utterly ridiculous.
That's what I was gonna say though. Like, what do you?
How do you even react?
How do you go back to a person that shits in your bed?
They're both crazy. So
I'm just trying to imagine, Amber
but
it's she legit was just
but Johnny Depp
squatting on the bed, taking
it's
the
Johnny Depp.
She squatted on it, just
laid a fuck,
just laid a fucking a mud monkey right there in the middle of it, bro. Didn't know.
How did she wipe? With the cover?
Probably didn't wipe. Probably didn't, bro.
Probably was sleeping with other women or whatever,
dude,
bro.
Dude, fucking...
Bro,
and he didn't really care about the relationship that much.
Nah, they're like, dude, that shit's insane.
Bro.
It's like...
You shouldn't be shitting in someone's bed just because they got with another girl.
Nah, I'm not saying that. I'm saying, though, that, like, he stayed with her because he had other women in his pocket.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I just thought...
Because it's Johnny Depp.
I don't know how you didn't hear that, dude.
I didn't.
That was one of the
that's one of the biggest things.
Yeah, it was one of the biggest things.
I think we talked about it.
I might have just forgot about it.
It was that shit.
We might have talked about it. I might have forgot about it.
It was that shit, and like when fucking she sliced his finger off.
I remember that.
Shit was fucking
That's crazy.
Crazy. No, but I mean, they're to allow like a certain amount of shit, they both have to be a level of crazy. Like let's say Johnny Depp is like a 7 on the 10 scale. Mm-hmm. Amber Heard's like a fucking 15,000 on the fucking 10 scale. You know, like they're both.
And he's willing to stay because he sees the craziness in him and her.
And he probably fucking likes it. He likes it to an extent, but it already crossed fucking
it's a boundary too far now.
To where she's like, oh, this dude's fucking abusing me and shit.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, what the fuck, bro.
Yeah.
It's like, damn.
Yeah.
You guys ready for the last topic of the day?
What's the last topic? What we got?
Well, we got the Starbucks CEO facing scrutiny as his stores continue to close around the country due to Democratic policies in some states allowing the homeless to sleep in the restaurants.
That's crazy.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Not only sleep, but vacant in the restaurant.
I feel like that has to happen in LA, bro. I feel like it's the only place.
Yeah, it's happening in LA, like Seattle, like those types of cities.
Those types of cities, dude. That
are democratically governed.
What? Are they open 24 hours though?
Starbucks? No.
Yeah. Then how the fuck are they sleeping? Are they sleeping like on the premises?
Yeah, they sleep on the premises during the day, and one of the biggest reasons is that they're closing down is because there's a bunch of drugs everywhere. Like there's needles on the floor in Starbucks. Imagine just walking into Starbucks and seeing like a heroin needle on the floor. like come on, man.
It's like, damn, what the fuck?
Guess we're getting HIV with our coffee today. Like, come on now.
They got fucking AIDS, bro.
That's what I'm saying. You step on a needle, get HIV with your coffee. Like, come on
Magic
now.
Johnson,
bro. Would you ever donate blood with the same needle?
No, crazy conversation.
No, that was such shit. Tell me what is that? How much money would it take to use the same needle as Magic Johnson to donate blood, bro? How much money?
How much money? Bro?
How much money?
Nothing.
I'll do it for free.
He's just saying that.
I'll do it for free, bro.
Now you are still saying that.
No, but that's besides the point, obviously. But
that photo's hilarious, though.
Bro, don't talk about the fucking photo.
Well, what do you guys think though about this?
It's crazy.
I just can't believe that they would have a policy like this. I think it's a dumb policy.
Do you guys think that like Starbucks will be able to continue to last?
I could never work like
bro. There's enough white girls in this country to continue.
So
to
they have Starbucks forever. Dude.
I don't know though, because it hasn't happened here, so we haven't seen it. But can you imagine like a homeless person walking in Starbucks and a homeless person doing drugs? Does that deteriorate you from going there?
I don't go there anyway, bro. But these white girls want their frappuccinos, bro. They don't talk about the needles, bro.
No, but dude, we're talking about
and
like
it's gonna go drive through.
I get what you're saying about white girls wanting their frappuccinos. However, like these same white girls like be screaming with a little bit of roaches on the ground. So what if a homeless person is doing drugs in there?
If they're legit like shooting up and during work,
that's what I'm saying.
If they're shooting up during hours of operation, I feel like
where Seattle is legal all drugs, they definitely is shooting drugs.
But it's legal. I don't know. It's legit legal, so at that point, I mean, it's legal.
But that doesn't make it okay. People are probably doing it more consent in their own homes when it is legal.
Yeah,
fucking do it, man.
You would hope.
Imagine inviting you over. Let's shoot some heroin.
I don't think they should be doing it at all. But frankly,
no. But I'm thinking more like the workers. That must suck to work there, bro. Like, be like, fuck. There's another homeless person. There's like 5 of them squatted out here and shit, bro. Like, what the fuck?
And
to work there must suck.
But that's what I'm saying though. You're losing business at the end of the day because if there's 5 or 4 homeless people sleeping in your restaurant, people are not going to want to go in there.
Yeah, of course you're losing business, but Starbucks has so much business that I guess.
Yeah, like they're so big, bro. There's not enough homeless people in the world. There's not to stop them.
But how do you think this is going to affect their overall
it'll hurt a little bit.
It'll hurt them a little bit.
Do you think they're going to have to come out with some crazy discount or deals or something like that?
They'll change the rules or something. And be
if anything, they're just gonna what they're gonna do is close down stores that have this policy in states, and they're just gonna open up stores in states that don't have this bullshit policy. Yeah. If it is 100%,
it's hard though because the CEO is he's in favor of the policies themselves. Yeah. So it's hard.
He'll change his mind when he sees the dip.
That's what I'm saying. When he sees the money change,
everybody likes to be like, "Oh, I'm all for homeless people," until it starts affecting his numbers.
It's more of a corporate thing. Like he wants to agree with other corporate. It's like a corporate thing. Allow accepting everyone type thing.
Yeah, dude. I mean, if a homeless person wants to buy a nice coffee,
they should be allowed to.
You can't just fucking sleep there, bro. That's not what it's for.
Yeah, you just gotta sleep outside on the bench.
Hotel, bro. I mean, shit. But
that's why it's outside.
I'd sleep outside, bro.
The grass.
No, that shit sucks. Fuck no.
Yeah, man. Just imagine just walking into it could never happen to Chick-fil-A, but your favorite restaurant, Chick-fil-A per se.
Yeah.
Well, let's say we went to El Indio and then there was just a guy shooting up right there. We're not sliding back. Crazy.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, we're not sliding. No, but if it was a person on the side, we're low-key sliding back. But if it's a worker, we're not sliding back.
But no, because that El Indio's outside. Imagine inside.
I'm imagining if it was inside.
Imagine.
If I was I would be kind of sketched out. Honestly, I would just get my food and leave.
What the fuck? You're gonna eat it there, bro.
Oh, man.
Because I would be scared, bro.
You're telling me you're not gonna ask him for a hit?
No, because what if he uses it and then he goes psycho and then he stabs you with it?
That's what I'm saying.
And then you get stabbed and you're and he got HIV AIDS, or whatever the fuck's.
And what if you're walking into the bathroom, bro, and you step on a needle, bro?
That shit ain't going through my shoe, bro.
It's over.
I don't know. I feel like it could be overly exaggerated, bro. Being I don't think it's to the point to where there's needles on the floors and shit.
You would hope not.
I fucking hope not, but
But there definitely is, though, to some extent.
It could be. I mean, I'm sure. You could come up on the odd needle there on the sidewalk, but
But I feel like you could honestly come up on the odd needle anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
But do you want it in your favorite coffee shop?
No. Fuck coffee. I don't like coffee anymore.
Well, me neither, but you see what I'm saying? In your favorite restaurant, per se.
Yeah, no, yeah. I definitely get that.
What's your favorite restaurant, G?
My favorite restaurant?
Let's go into that real quick. What's your favorite restaurant, G?
Fuck, I don't even know, bro.
At least around in your area, Orlando area.
I would say probably...
There's no restaurant in Davenport.
There's no restaurant. Where I live at, bro, there's not really much. It's you take fast food and you're happy with it, bro.
I told you, bro. Avon Park is nothing.
So where do you go to eat? Where's your favorite spot to eat?
Favorite spot to eat, bro? There's a little place on my main street that's a little freaking bistro.
Okay, our Avon Park fans will know who was the bistro. You don't know?
It's 18th East or some shit.
Okay.
My girl always remembers the name. I don't remember names or something.
Okay.
I just ask her. So what's the name? And we're just going there. But it's dope. But
a little bistro in Avon.
The best place is just Yerbita, though.
Bro, my mom fucking hates that shit.
Damn.
Dude, no.
Mexican?
If you read all the fucking reviews on this shit, low key, bro, people are like, there's cockroaches all over the walls. I still eat that shit.
It's fire.
Fire, yeah.
Dude,
Authentic cooking.
I used to go there we used to go there during lunch in high school.
Honestly, bro, when you bite in, you get that cockroach crunch. You know what I mean?
Cockroach.
It's never the extra crunch.
Disgusting,
So what would you like? That cockroach crunch with the extra a heroin addict on the side.
Or the
bro, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. It's not too unfathomable to see a heroin addict on the side of the road in Avon Park.
We're talking about side of the road. We're talking about in la whatever the restaurant. What's the restaurant name?
La Yerbita?
Yeah.
Bro, they're probably doing heroin on the job.
That's what I'm saying. They're trafficking it.
No, but that's La Yerbita though. Like
bro, no.
people have different expectations for different places. Like if you're walking into Chick-fil-A, bro, like you're
because
you don't expect that.
Bro,
you're like what?
But let's just be real. You like nobody has high expectations at any place in Avon Park because it's Avon Park. It's
why are we talking about?
Yeah,
Leave Avon Park alone, bro. Damn,
leave
Avon Park. Damn, you're flaming Avon Park and shit. It's retirement town. Damn,
it's trash, bro. Let's just be real.
Leave them alone, bro.
Trash.
Just old people there, bro.
It's trash.
Nah,
but overall though, like. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. Yeah, they gotta fix it.
It's gonna hurt Starbucks.
The
numbers are gonna fix,
and they're gonna do something about it. Whether it's give a discount because it doesn't seem like the policies are gonna change. So free coffee or something.
Exactly.
Something's gonna happen.
Some shit.
Well, I think we're good to end on that.
Yeah, nothing else. No current things. I think we're good.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Nice little episode like that.
So I guess with all that being said, like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. Comment. Like I said, your hottest take, and comment what you thought about the episode and everything like that.
Continue to share all the clips.
I apologize for the Tom Brady take that you had to listen to. That fucking there's no amount of apologies in the world that I've listened to.
Yep. Repost the clips. We want to hear your hot take and and what you thought about the episode. So just keep commenting and continue to shoot straight.
And follow us on Instagram and social media and all that down in the description box below. And then hit the subscribe button while you're down there. But yeah, with all that being said, man, thank y'all for checking out episode 11 of the Shoot Straight podcast. And I'm your co-host,
Thank
Zach.
you, G, for coming on.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, buddy.
Thanks, G, for coming on.
Always a pleasure.
But yeah, with all that being said, man, it's your co-host, Zach.
And I'm Blue.
I'm G.
And we'll see y'all next time. Peace.